Hello, Bacha Party. I hope that you are doing well. And if you want to crack 300 or 300 plus marks in UPSC PSIR optional, then I am going to help you out in a very organized and structured way. With the name only, you can understand PSIR 300 plus. Here, I will strive along with you to make sure that you all who have enrolled in mains test series of PSIR and the mentorship program to crack 300 plus marks will look towards 350 because it is where we want to achieve and that is where we wanted to separate ourselves from others. So 350 marks, if you're able to score here, that comes to around 40% of your mains cutoff. That's why I am a firm believer, mind you, all my bacha party, that if I'm a firm believer, if a student is doing very good in optional, then definitely he will get through the mains examination for sure. And one more important point I would like to add here, if you're not at all good in optional paper or the answer writing practice, if you don't have with regard to it, it is highly impossible, close to impossible that you will get through mains examination. So optional paper plays a very important role in the mains cutoff of yours. This is how I will let you know. So basically we are aiming here from 300 to 350. Let us take the average that we will achieve 320 marks. And political science and international relations are also part of GS paper 2. Considering the e-governance and considering the policy, legislature and the acts whatever we have, some of the areas are also having overlapping with environment and also general essay. So taking 20 marks from here and 50 marks from here, 320 here, that comes to around 390 marks. So the top category cutoff with regard to UPSC mains examination is 800 and you are able to score 50% of the marks by just studying the optional in a very perfected manner. That is why I always suggest that if you are not good in optional, it is not at all possible to get through your mains examination. Why? Because look at it very easily. Six papers we are having, 100 marks hardly anybody will get. Suppose you are very good learner and a very cleverest student, okay, on the planet earth, or sarcastically I'm telling, please don't mind for it. Suppose you are a very clever student just like me. Okay, so every paper you are getting 100 marks, so you are around 600 marks. Do this 600 marks are actually able to get you to the mains examination? No, right? It is not possible. So minimum cutoff will become from 750 onwards. So optional plays a huge role. If you're not good at it, you will not crack the examination. You have, if you're very good at it, you will sail in the examination. Means the optional subject of PSIR basically a make or break the examination for you. Okay, little bit about me. I have like two graduation degrees are there. In that, LLB is also there, with the help of which I will teach you political science and international relations in a very lucid and a layman language, which helps you to grab the thing very easily and make you to recall the subject very easily, and also you can able to present it in the paper while writing the answer. So MBA I've done, then 10 years of experience teaching to UPSC, state PSC, then mentored around 500 plus students. All of them have got job in one or the other departments of our state or central government. Took 100 plus batches of government and also leading institutions across the country. One important aspect about my test series and mentorship is very simple. Whatever the topics that I pick up, whatever the content that I give you, whatever the handouts that I give you, they are having high success rate. It means what, most of them, like 95% of my content and the questions that I give you will appear in the examination. That is what I am very proud of, and you should also be when my bacha party joins me. Now let us come to the discussion. We are having now discussion with regard to estimate committee. Estimate committee, if you have learned basic polity Lakshmikant book also, you will get to know about estimate committee along with public accounts committee, then committee on public undertakings. Along with that, likewise, we have estimate committee. It is also called as what, financial committee. So recently this committee has completed silver jubilee. That is the reason Mr. Speaker Om Birla sir has actually attended one conference where he has actually delivered a speech with regard to this estimate committee, how it has performed over a period of time. So all good things have been told with regard to this particular committee. अच्छी अच्छी चीजें बोली गई हैं, ठीक है. Now let us go ahead how this particular parliamentary committee, do we really need to study for the examination? It means yes. So if you see the political science and international relations UPSC syllabus paper in paper 1, you are having around second part is there. In second part, third topic is parliamentary system. In parliamentary system, you are having parliamentary procedures, parliamentary privileges, parliamentary business, okay, code of conduct, okay, and along with that, parliamentary committees also comes here. So this is why we are studying. The next is, as I've told you, that PSIR, like political science, is also, and international relations are also a part of GS paper 2, nothing but paper 3, which is nothing but GS general studies paper 2. Here you can see they have properly mentioned with regard to again the parliamentary committees. You can see here very clearly, parliament, its functioning, code of business. So these are the units where actually you have to study what about parliamentary committees. So in syllabus it is there. Now the next thing that we have to clear from our mind, whether on these parliamentary committees do UPSC has ever asked any question. The answer here is very simple. You can see here 2023, okay, civil service mains paper GS paper 2, in that, not in the PSIR, but GS paper 2, they have asked this particular question. Explain the structure of parliamentary committee system. How far the financial committee helped in institutionalization of Indian parliament. Okay, so the question is very qualitative. It gives you a feeling that you have to write a very sophisticated answer for it. But as in the answer writing, generally you write what you are taught. So that is how the roadmap will be there for you also when you join the test series. The content which I give you will suffice any answer which which suffice any questions which is being given in the examination. So you don't have to worry with regard to the wordings and terminologies or a heavy vocabularies of the questions. You just have to write it as simple as that. You have to first of all talk about parliamentary committee, then talk about the structure, then talk about financial committee, then say that how it has been institutionalized. Institutionalization is nothing but where the decision making, where the way of doing things, where the appointment of people in a particular body is being governed in a very structured manner, in a very formal manner. That is called as institutionalization. Okay, where things will run with certain norms, where things will run with certain rules, that also becomes a part of what institutionalization. Now let us see the approach and answer writing. So the first thing that you are going to write in your introduction is the origin of parliamentary committees is not a new thing. Origin of parliamentary committees has not been done by, it's not an Indian innovation. The origin of parliamentary committees date back to what? British colonial era. British colonial era, please remember this point. Why? Because they have during the British rule only in 1921 they have already set up public accounts committee. As you are all well aware of this fact, consolidated fund of India is there, then you are having public accounts of India, then you are having contingency fund of India, right or wrong? So public accounts committee was already, public accounts committee was already constituted in the year what? 1921. Okay, so that after that what happened, these parliamentary committees came into being, and over a period of time the Indian government has developed new tools within the parliamentary committees in order to make it more effective with respect to the matters of interest. Okay, so the first thing that you are going to write is the parliamentary committee, the origin of parliamentary committees is not an Indian innovation. It has been there during the period of British colonial era. The first committee which was constituted, it was in the year 1921 after the recommendations of Montagu-Chelmsford reforms, you can say like that, which happened in the year 1919. From 1919 Montagu-Chelmsford reforms only we got this particular PAC, Public Accounts Committee. Okay. Then after that India has obviously over a period of time has innovated new rules and regulations in it, making it more effectively for the governance with regard to the matter of interest of the nation. Okay, this is what you have to write. So after writing this beautiful introduction, you have to go for what? Constitutional provisions with regard to it. Article 105 and Article 118, if you go through them, they deals with appointment or references there with regard to parliamentary committees. Then we'll try to go with the structure and composition. What is there in the question also? Structure is very simple. Lok Sabha appoints the parliamentary committees. And parliamentary committees, the members are either elected or nominated. They are done by speaker and chairman. After they look into the matters, they have to report. Report should be given to what, speaker or chairman. Remember this point. And they have a tenure also, which is of what, 1 year, and they don't have to submit. They don't have to submit the report every year annually like that. Whatever the how much they have done the work, that much also, if they want to give to the speaker or chairman, they can give. So submission of report, it's not compulsory to be annually. Whenever they examine the report and how much they have examined, that much they can place it in front of the speaker and the chairman. So that is the structure of the committee. And Lok Sabha rule book basically make this provision for the appointment of parliamentary committees. Please remember this point. Okay, so we have done with introduction. Okay, then we have seen constitutional provisions. Then we have seen what structure and composition of parliamentary committees. Now we have to talk about its role. The role of parliamentary committees makes a very important distinction with regard to its performance. So you can see the role here. Parliamentary committees are devices to overcome the limitations of organizational and technical complexities of large legislature. We are having a very large legislature in the sense, not that it is very big building. We are talking about here large legislature, means the number of people who are actually a part of the parliament. So much big large legislature is there. So organizational limitations are there. The cabinet and the council of ministers are very few, but large number of population MPs are also there. So taking them, so a huge country like us cannot be governed by just 70 ministers, right? They also require a lot of help from the other parliamentarians, right or wrong? Yes. So to overcome that particular organizational deficiency and technical complexities, this parliamentary committees has been constituted. It also built consensus. With the help of parliamentary committees, have the combination of, okay, various political party people are a part of parliamentary committees. That's why whenever the matters comes into the parliamentary committee, basically are decided on the basis of consensus among various political parties with regard to estimate meet it out in reality. It parliamentary committee involves participatory, coordinated, cooperative political structure in the matters of finance, public undertakings and contemporary issues. Like for the work board, joint parliamentary committee was appointed, right or wrong? In that, it's participatory, means all political parties representatives are there. Coordinated, everyone is coordinating. Cooperative means central and state governments are cooperating in the matters of finances, public undertaking. With regard to the work bill, it is contemporary issue. Parliamentary committee also helped each MP to dedicate certain amount of time so that each matter will be scrutinized in great detail. These committees can also seek inputs from the experts in the various field, like defense committee is there. So what kind of defense equipments we want in order to have a very upper hand with regard to China and Pakistan, if you say. So defense committee will do the scrutiny of it. So for that defense purpose, our politicians will not be a part of what a defense, okay, or graduates, or they might have done a very good, have a very good expertise, because most of his their lives will be with the people. So in times they also take the help of experts, and all that's how they do involve a lot of stakeholders with regard to deliberations, and that's how the law or the bill or the policy come into being. So these are the various roles that the parliamentary committee performs. Now we'll go ahead with the estimate committee, which is there in the question also. The estimate committee, as I've already told you, a financial standing committee, and it shall not be more than 30 members and belongs to only Lok Sabha, because estimate committee basically deals with the money matters, and Lok Sabha is having money matters as a upper hand. Rajya Sabha, you know that budget they have to, with or without amendments, they have to pass it within 14 days, if not also deemed to be passed. So Lok Sabha is having the complete responsibility with regard to what expenditures, finances, etc., so and so forth. So why we need a person, people from the Rajya Sabha, which actually does not have that much of power constitutionally also, right? So Lok Sabha, all 30 members should be from Lok Sabha. They are elected by the House every year among its members. Elections are done by proportional representation by means of a single transferable vote. They may ask you in the examination in the 5 marks, explain the concept of proportional representation. So please write in the comment section. A minister, once a minister is made as a member, he will lose the minister position, or a member is made as a minister afterwards, then he will lose the position of what, member. So minister cannot be member cannot be a minister. This point you have to remember. She ceased to be a member of the committee from the date of such appointment. Terms and conditions not exceeding 1 year. Rule 312 of the Lok Sabha provides the committee may continue the examination of estimates from time to time. As I've already told you, they try to examine the matters time to time, and how much they have examined, that much they will give to the speaker and chairman. It's not necessarily or obligatory on them that they have to give the report every year. It's not like that. जितना काम करे उतना वो सबमिट कर सकते हैं स्पीकर एंड चेयरमैन सर को. ओके, राइट. व्हाट आर द फंक्शंस ऑफ एस्टिमेट कमिटी? वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. They have to report on what economies, means how they would have saved the expenditure, how they would have made the outcome more efficient, how they would have saved the resources. That is called as economics. Basically cost benefit analysis को ही बोलेंगे economics. Okay, what economics? Report what economics improvements in organizational efficiency. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में किस तरीके से एफिशिएंसी ला सकते हैं, विच एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव रिफॉर्म्स आर गुड with regard to consistent with the policy underlying the estimate. So whatever the policy the government want to bring, for that purpose how we can make it cost effective, how we can make it what with regard to its implementation, how the organization should be reformed, what administrative reform should be taken up, whether the center should delegate that particular function to the state or should take up that particular function from the state or should make the state to comply with regard to the direction. So what could be the administrative reform that should need to be bring in order to make the estimate policy underlying. Suggest alternative policies. If this policy is not working, the committee will also give the alternative policies in order to bring about efficiency and economy in administration. Examine whether the money is well laid out within the limits of the policy implied in the estimates. So you made a policy, national education policy you made. In that you have allocated around 10,000 crores. Whether this 10,000 crore has actually meted out according to the estimates. How much they wanted to give, that much is already spent or not, that also they will see the aspect. Suggest a form in which the estimate shall be presented to the parliament. Means what should be the headlines, what should be the topics, what should be the tabular forms, how it should be presented in pie chart, graph chart. So suggest what way things have to be written while submitting the report, okay, to the parliament. The committee does not exercise its function in relation to such public undertakings as are allocated to committees on public undertakings by the rules of procedures of Lok Sabha. So any matter which is under the consideration of public committee on public undertakings, estimate committee will not go into that. That's what. So no intervention of estimate committee in the matters which are already under consideration with regard to committee on public undertakings. Okay, it is given by the rules of procedure of Lok Sabha, or it will be also given orally by the speaker. This is all the function of the estimate committee. I hope that this is going to be a short question. Why? Because this year Silver Jubilee happened, so whenever such events happen, and it's a very old committee, so basically most high probability of this question may appearing in mains 2025. As I've already told you that whether you write mains 2025 or 2026 or 2027, at the end all these things are very static and you can have the preparation from now on. And mains test series and mentorship program is for 2 years, okay, PSIR. So I will hold your hand till you crack 350 marks in the PSIR. So come and join me and see the change. Thank you for watching me. Take care. Do subscribe and share to all of your friends. Have a nice day. Good night.